Art, your buddy, your old friend, your pal.
Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon for instant notifications. Greetings from beautiful Austin, Texas. This is Art Shimko with another video for Life of Art. If you haven't, subscribed to my channel on YouTube. And today we're coming from my apartment. It was 3 years ago this week that I came down here to Austin, Texas to see if I wanted to live here, if I would like it. I made a previous visit during the summer and I really dug it and everything, and I met a lot of cool people, and I thought, well, let me come down again for another couple weeks, see if I like the place, like the area, or if it was just, you know, a trend, a fad, or whatever, and see if I could find an apartment. And when I came down here in November 2016, and when I came back, I ended up loving the city. I was more familiar with it. I met more friends, and I secured an apartment here, right outside the city. The complex is called Easton Hills. I'm going to give you some information about the complex and about how you can go about renting if you'd like to contact the leasing manager here, and I'm going to show you my apartment and give a little bit of information. So let's check it out. And normally I don't have all these lights on in the apartment, but kept them on so I can show you the place better, give you a good idea of the space and everything. So right now we're right behind my front door, and when you first walk in you see this area. It's basically just, I wouldn't say it's a corridor, but it's almost like, it's like maybe a third of my apartment space here in the front. You see, that's my dining table over there, and cat food is one of my cats, that's Buck. You'll see my other cats. I have a total of 4 cats. And yeah, as you can see, this complex is very pet friendly. A lot of people here own dogs. I'm sure some people own cats, but you see a lot of people walking dogs around the area here. And I'm gonna turn here, pan over, and I'm gonna show you my living room here. There's my other cat, that's Zoe. So one thing I have to say is when I first came down here, I hardly had any furniture. I didn't bring a lot of furniture from Philly, which is where I moved from. So when I came down here, I went to a furniture store. I think it was called R&R Furniture. And that's where I purchased this couch set. And I also purchased this TV stand and these bar chairs. The shelf I think I got from Walmart. The TV, I bought that from Walmart. There's my Australian flag over there from my trip last year. And pan around here. That's my quote-unquote coffee table. It's just a storage box that I use. There's my other cat. That's Masha. Those are 2 girl cats. It's the only boy cat. You'll see my other cat maybe. She's hiding. But I'll turn around here. You can see the space. I think it's about 700 square feet, this apartment. And got some artwork here. Some of it is my artwork. And over here, that's my friend Aoife. That's one of her self-portraits that she gave me that I put up as soon as I moved in here. Got 2 nice sized windows here. And pan around here again. Some more artwork. That's a shout out to Ali Spangler. She made that piece. Got that from a women's march in Philadelphia. Some more of my artwork here. I got this little tapestry from California. This dining table set, which is a little messy now. I also bought that from R&R Furniture. Here's one of my closets. I got 2 closets here outside. I got this one, which is basically just got, looks cluttered, but it's as organized as can be. But there's a vacuum cleaner, paper towels, and various other things. Cat carrying cases, some boxes of appliances that I bought for the kitchen, Speaking of which, here's the kitchen. It's a good size space. It's a bit narrow, but it's enough space here. A lot of good counter space. Nice refrigerator. And a lot of cabinet space here. Some, you know, most of which I use. Some I don't like. I really don't use those ones up there. I kind of use these ones here a bit. Have some extra mugs. Here's the oven. Frigidaire. Really nice. Also got dishwashing machine right here. Twin sinks, which I really like. Garbage disposal. Turn that off there. Over here, got the bathroom. I think that's a nice size. And here's the bedroom, because this is a 1-bedroom apartment. I bought this bed and the frame also at R&R Furniture. Here's a small walk-in closet. Got some extra shit in here. Not too much extra stuff, but a little bit. The back window, it's dark right now, but the view is pretty much a wall. It used to be a parking lot, but ever since they put the new complex back there, they put a wall and a fence of some sort back there. And here's the bed, and here's a walk-in closet. Pretty much all my stuff is. Hey, look who's here. That's Cormy. That's my 4th cat. So yes, I have a total of 4 cats. She likes hiding in this thing. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know, you can come out anytime you want. So I got a bunch of stuff in here. Try to keep it organized as possible. And close that up. I got this dresser. What do you want? You want to eat dinner? I'll be giving you dinner in a bit, okay? In the meantime, you have dry food, and now you're free. It's a little dresser. I got this also at R&R. Trying to think the total I spent for all the furniture. I want to say 2,000 approximately, or maybe a little less. I'm thinking maybe a little less than 2,000. Maybe with the taxes, it was 2,000, but that's how much I paid for a lot of the furniture here. There's my guitar amps. There's my guitar. Here's all my wrestling figures. Sorry about that second shelf. You know, like one falls and then they all topple down together and stuff. And here I got a bar, which I don't really use too much as a bar, but if people want to use it, it's available. Bar chairs I also bought at R&R. I'll put a rent link at the bottom if you want to check them out or contact them about getting furniture. Currently I pay $900 a month for this apartment. When I first moved in, I think it was $875 for 1 bedroom. They have studios that are $850, and those are nice too. They can even be nice for 2 people, for a couple. I think the studio's about 580 square feet. You get a nice little deck, little balcony, or little backyard area. And those are really nice spots. In fact, that's where I Airbnb'd. I Airbnb'd in this complex when I first came here to visit. And that's how I found this apartment, because I had a list of apartments that I got off of Craigslist throughout Austin that I wanted to check out, and I was hoping I can afford their rentals. A lot of them look really, like upscale, kind of fancy and stuff. And the reason why I chose this Airbnb initially was because the reason why I chose this Airbnb was because of the proximity to the city. There's bus stations like right outside the complex. They run regularly. They go right downtown. They go further north. They go south of here, and it was really convenient to get around. And so I thought, oh, this will be a great Airbnb to do while I'm here checking out other apartments. And after a few days, I started liking this complex. I thought it was like really quiet. I thought the neighborhood was pretty chill. And like as I said, with the proximity to downtown, you can even walk to downtown if you wanted. And there's other places you can walk to. You can walk to the lake and the trail from here. And sorry about that. Cats, what are you gonna do? You know, sorry, Cormy. You know I love you, but you know you're in my goddamn way while I'm trying to do this video. I'm gonna break down the fourth wall while I'm doing this thing. So, but anyway, there's a lot of cool places around here. My favorite place, the Buzz Mill, which I did a video about, is about 15-minute walk from here. There's a couple concert venues down the street, emos and Come and Take It. There's shopping centers. There's restaurants that are in close proximity. And if I really wanted to, I can walk to downtown from here, which would take about maybe 40 minutes. And I can, like I said, there's trails to the lake and such that I can go from here. And so I decided, you know what, I like this complex. I think I'm gonna check this out before I look at my list of other complexes that I wanted to check out. And you know, I talked to the leasing manager, and she was really cool. Her name is Savannah. She was very open to showing us models and such. So she showed us. We were staying, like I said, we were staying in the studio. So she showed us the 1-bedroom model, and it was only $25 more a month. So and with the space, I thought, oh wow, like this is a really good deal. I thought so. You know, didn't take really long, maybe a day or so, and I mean I decided, okay, well, we'll fill out an application and see what happens, and got approved very quickly. You know, I had a fairly decent credit score, and they even said that they saw like a little like whatever blemish on there, but you know they said that they weren't going to let that bother the score. They said for the most part everything looked good, so I was approved. Like right away within like 2 days. And I gave him a $250 deposit, and then when I moved in here, I paid the rest of that deposit, like $700 something or whatever, and then I paid the pet fee, which I think was maybe $150. I'm guessing it's like I said, it's been like 3 years since I've did the lease and everything, but it was a reasonable price, I thought. And yeah, the process was easy. You know, she's still the leasing manager. She's really easy to deal with. If you have any problems, the maintenance crew takes care of things really quickly here. And like I said, I think it's a safe complex. It's quiet. I've had no trouble here during the time I've lived here. I signed the lease in November 2016, and then moved here in February. I remember asking, I'm not going to be ready to move immediately. I'm looking at a February move-in date, and they were like, "Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll have something ready for you by then." And Savannah would keep me up to date on, they're prepping the apartment, and told me when it was ready to move into. She gave me a list of numbers to call, utility companies, cable companies, to activate, the services here. Oh, and one of the big things, besides having a pool, one of the big things that got me to move in here is that free Google Fiber. That's right, free internet. It's the basic download speed, but it's good. It's fine enough for streaming, video, audio. It's just great to have, and I mean that saves about maybe 40, 50 a month, and I'm always getting solicited by other cable companies in town, and I'm always like, well, I have free Google Fiber, so unless you can compete with that, that's a service I'm pretty much going with. So that was a big factor moving here. So, several factors. It was like a free cable, pool, cool leasing manager, nice complex. It's a nice mix of like, it's a lot of young people, like maybe students and young professionals, or some families that live here also. A lot of people have their dogs, walk their dogs here. I have a laundry room at the end of my building here that I'm at, and yeah, it's a great place. The neighborhood's okay. It was very sketchy years ago, from what I was told. It was a really rough area, and right now, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I did I did a walkthrough of this neighborhood. I'll put a link down at the bottom in the description for you to check it out again. And then you can also see the new Mariposa Flats in the back that they built. That was just all trees in the field when I first moved here. I could see the sun set. Now I can't anymore from like where I used to stand and see it. So that's changed. But yeah, it's all complexes throughout this street, and it's fine. You know, I mean, as I said, I've had no issues. I mean, the only time I'm out there really late at night is when I'm coming home from work, because I work night shifts. So I'm usually back home here around 2:30 or 3 a.m. depending on my shift ending, when my shift ends. And no one's around. I've never seen police cars show up in the parking lot here. I mean, my building is in the back of the main building, so I wouldn't really see it much anyway. But from what I've seen, I mean, I pass by the complex, and sometimes you'll see cop cars there for whatever reason, domestic dispute, whatever. But fortunately here, I've had no issues. A couple times I've left my windows open by accident, but I mean, I have a screen, and there wouldn't be any issue like of anybody trying to get in. But I still keep things in mind and make sure, for safety's sake, that I close the windows, especially when I leave the house and everything. So, but yeah, as I said, this complex, it's called Easton Hills. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check it out. As far as logistics of moving down here, I didn't have a license at the time. I didn't have a car. I still don't have a car, but I do have my license. But so I just rented one of those, like those boxes, those companies called U-Pack, and they drop the box off in front of your place, and then you just load it up and then let them know when to take it. They bring it down here, and I timed it in a way where I think it showed up like a day or two after we moved here. So when like the first couple days that I lived here, it was like really empty in here, and then the box came and was able to fill it up a little bit, but still had no bed or couches or anything. So I had to. That's when I was able to determine what I had to purchase furniture wise. Besides, I mean, I knew what I had to get, but also if any other extra things like that. So as far as moving the pets, so I told you I have 4 cats. That was actually the first thing I was trying to figure out. Like, how am I going to move the cats? Like, everything else I could figure out, but I'm like, how am I going to move the cats? Because again, I'm not driving, so I can't put them in the back of a car and drive down. So I went on this website called uship.com, which actually I saw the offices down here, and through them, I found this service. I think it was called Precious Cargo, and it's this couple. I think they're out of like the Carolinas or Virginia. They've been doing it like 25 years. It's a married couple, and then they have another guy that works with them. The wife makes the arrangements, and the husband, and they have another guy who they're both drivers. They both transport the pets around the country, and basically you tell them, I need my pets to be picked up on this day, and I'd like to see them move down. I'd like to see them, whatever date, like if they could be down at the destination by this date, whatever. They were really awesome to deal with. They're very understanding, and like they're a great service. They sent you text messages like updates. They'll send you photos of your pets, how they're doing. They'll call you, and that was great. That cost me like $800, but you can compare that to like, I think United Airlines charges $500 to fly them down. But with flying, I wasn't sure how they would react to the high pressure and everything, and how that would work. So I wanted them to be really comfortable. I wanted them to have the best care while they were traveling down here, because they it's a long haul, and they did well. Like when they were dropped off, they weren't freaking out or anything. They were calm and everything. They just came right out of their carrying cases, and they were like, okay, we're somewhere now, and they adjusted well. They really had no adjustment. They had no weird adjustment issues or anything coming down here. I mean, they'd been in Philly since they were kittens and everything. So, but They adjusted it here real well, and the apartment we have central air, central heat, and so which is really awesome. And you may have seen I have two ceiling fans. That keeps the place really nice and cool in the summer. It's nighttime, but you've seen some outdoor videos I've done here. I have a lot of trees in the front of my complex. I also have there's a walkway above, so this provides a lot of shading. So the apartment can be a bit dark during the daytime, but I think that really helps, especially in the summertime. It keeps things cooler in here, and just with the structure of the building and everything, it's how it's built. Like, it keeps it cool in really well. So that really helps, because especially the Texas summers, they're brutal. So I think this is a nice apartment. If I had an apartment above, they're nice. They're a little bigger because they have the skylights and everything. But those apartments, they get hotter quicker, and you got to keep them cooler longer. And probably I run my central air like to cool. I run it at like maybe 77, 78. That's like the lowest I'll run it. But like if I was upstairs, I'd probably have to run it like in the low 70s or something, and you pay even like a lot more. My electric bill shoots up about $60, $70 in the summertime. The rest of the year I'm paying about like $20, $30 for electricity. So that's that with utilities. And I got renter's insurance. The leasing manager said you have to have renter's insurance, and she gave me a number, so I called State Farm, and so I pay about $15 a month for renter's insurance. And fortunately, things have been good here, so I haven't had to really, any repairs have the maintenance crew does it, but anything with like crazy weather, whatever. Like, this apartment complex in general, I think, is pretty well protected. I mean, we had Hurricane Harvey like 2 years ago, and I live in a very hilly neighborhood, so the water, it was just raining a lot, but there was no flooding, and we have like they have these little reservoirs kind of things built under the foundation or to the sides of the apartment, so all the water goes down there, and you don't have the threat of flooding or anything here, and so that's good with that. And yeah, it's a great place, and I'm glad I made the move. It's the biggest move I've ever made in my life, and I thought, well, let me try it while I can, while I have the opportunity, while I have the money, while I have the time. If I don't like it here, I can always go back east, and I don't want to go back east. I'm going to go to visit because I still have friends there and family. My mom's up there, and I have a lot of cool, close friends up there. But I don't want to live east again. I really, want to stay here or wherever I live. It's not going to be going back towards the East Coast. I'll have to say, either go northwest or midwest, or maybe stay just down here in the southwest, because I really enjoy Austin. I like Texas. I like the environment. I like the area. I love the weather. Austin's a cool city. It's growing. It's getting big. That's like been a big discussion since even before I moved here. But like when I moved here, it was the city's really building up, and traffic's is increasing, and the construction's increasing, and the population is increasing, and the homelessness is increasing, and all these things that are making a lot of locals and longtime residents worried about where this city's going. But we'll just have to see in the next 5, 10, 15 years how the city is. And like with this complex behind me, I'm just hoping, and with these other complexes that are being built along the river, like luxury places, I'm just hoping that it doesn't skyrocket, the insurance, the rent here too much or a lot. They're going to be building a new shopping center not too far from here, like a fancy one. There's a shopping center up north called the Domain, and it's just like this enclosed like area space. It's like it's all fancy restaurants and stores and stuff, and they're going to build one of those not too far from where I live. So they're going to like knock down the Goodwill and all these kind of like local businesses and gas stations been there forever, and they're going to build up this Domain on the riverside, which is going to be fancy schmancy hoity-toity. So we're afraid of shit like that, because I said, I don't want it to increase the rents like unbearably. You know, I mean, I feel like this is one of the few places still that's affordable to live as far, as far as the rents. And they have 2 bedrooms here too. 2 bedrooms are started at like $11.99, I think, is what this the cost I got last time when I was talking about this. So again, yeah, we'll see what happens. But hope you enjoyed my tour of my apartment. Now you see where I live, and if you want to, live down here or make the move, I gave you a little bit of information. If you have any more questions, you can email me. My email is in the description. I'll put a link for this complex. Oh, and another thing that's really cool is that pay rent online. That is really awesome. Like in Philly, like all the landlords I had was like pay by check. I would drop it in a box. I'm like, oh, I'd be out somewhere and I'm like, shit, I have to pay the rent, or I have to, I have to drop the rent off or whatever, and you have to like include a part of your day. Now I'm like, oh, I got to pay the rent. Now I just go on my phone and go in my app and just pay it online, and it goes through right away. So that's awesome. That was like a big plus, because I pay everything online. I pay all my utilities online. I just do everything online as far as paying bills and such. So the rental payment is awesome. So thanks again for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, Life of Art. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Share the video, and have a great day. Right, Zoe?